Hey guys, what's going on? It is Dangeles, and welcome back to episode number 9 of the traditional house Let's Build, here with the city texture pack and its new and improved features. Still haven't shortened that intro, but we're just gonna have to go with it for a couple more episodes because I don't know how to shorten it anymore, but gotta say what you gotta say. Welcome back, everybody. I got some updates to show you guys because today is landscaping day. We are going to be doing all exterior landscaping, and then we'll see what we get done today. I would like to try to lay out all my plans, and I can probably just finish it all off camera whenever I do conclude today's video. But before we get to any of the plans, let's just go ahead and give you guys some updates. First off, I filled the driveway in. The driveway's got more of a curved shape now, and from an aerial view, I love it. I think it's fantastic. I used I believe it's either gray or black concrete powder. Black concrete powder as the block of choice, which is absolutely tremendous. I love it so much. I think that looks fantastic, so we're going to be going with that. A couple other things. I started to add some custom trees, and these are basically just extended oak trees, basically. They're not very bushy, which is like, what I would want in a tree typically. They are larger, obviously, so they do kind of match the scale of the house. And I'm really not sure if I want to keep them or not. I'm definitely going to try to make them a little bushier. Like I said, I'm going to add some more leaves just so I think it's more proportional to the amount of wood. I'm going to do that on all 3 of those trees. And I actually also have a couple of spots laid out over there and over there for a couple more of these trees. Just a little bit of a shake up from this house where, it's pretty much all just regularly planted tall trees. And, I do kind of like how the trees like almost cover up the house from the road. That is something that I do like, but I just wanted to try something different on this build, so I went with some more custom-made trees, and they're really not done yet. They definitely need a little bit of work to them to make them bushier, like I've said 3 times. But I also added a gate, and I'm really not sure if I'm going to keep the gate. As far as the front wall of the build, it was just too much green, so I swapped out the green concrete for some polished andesite blocks. I also shortened the walls on the side, just made them a little bit closer to the house and a little bit shorter, added some anvil designs to them along with the polished andesite. So I think it overall just looks a little bit better, and just shapes the house a little bit more. So that's kind of why I did it. And when I was looking at this thing, it was just so much green from the front, whether it be the tree leaves, the actual house color, and then the front wall plus the yard. It was just so much green, so I had to neutralize it a little bit. It's still a lot of green, to be honest. I mean, the only way to make this place not green is if I turn the grass blue, which is probably not a good idea since we're not in Boise State. So anyway, I am going to mow the lawn here with the green concrete, and obviously this is a painful process, especially when I've been working with World Edit for the last several months. This is very frustrating to do by hand, I will admit. So I'll be doing all this stuff off camera because obviously you guys don't want to watch me place blocks in a line for the next 20 minutes. I don't think that's going to be very satisfying at all, and I think we'll both be pretty unhappy. So let's just go and try to avoid that. I'm going to do that off camera. I'll make the trees bushier off camera. Let's actually start and build some things today. So what do I want to create? I'll tell you guys right now, I want to build a fountain. I definitely want to build a fountain on this build. I want to try to build it in the front yard. I think that's going to be a nice change of pace. I was looking at the other house, the Victorian mansion, which has really just been the standard that we've been working alongside of basically for this entire Let's Build. I've been referencing it throughout, just trying to, not, take inspiration from it and try to, build off of it, I guess, build off of what I built over there. And there's no fountain in the front yard. There is one in the backyard, and we're going to do something similar. So let's take a look at this fountain. Obviously, this one's pretty small and simple, and we have the floating water blocks on this one, which is something that I will most likely avoid for this fountain that I'm about to make. But let's go ahead and build a fountain here in the front yard. I'm going to do it in this corner. Not going to make it symmetrical or anything like that. Let's just go ahead and start placing down some blocks. I'm going to do a quartz block right there. Let's go 3 blocks. Let's do 5 blocks actually of quartz, regular quartz. We're gonna do some pillars. 5 more blocks like that. Another pillar. 5 more blocks. You guys get the idea at this point. So again, this is gonna be off the top of my head. I'm gonna build a fountain, see kind of how it turns out on the edges here. I'm actually gonna swap out these corner blocks for stairs. think that's going to be something interesting that we can add to the perimeter of this fountain. Building it out of quartz, of course, since that's kind of the staple that I use for these kinds of things. I'm going to place some slabs on top of the stair blocks, but I'm going to leave the full blocks just, you know, just how they are. So we'll do that. Get these placed down. I'm going to leave the inside grass for now. Let's actually just get the bulk of it built right now. So let's just take this up to a point that I'm comfortable with. I'm going to replace the top with a fountain, or with the anvil. This is a fountain overall. Let's go 2 blocks down. I'm going to place some stairs running around the edge like that. And I always got to do some tests to see kind of how the water is going to flow. So as you can see, it's pretty bulky right now, which is not really something I want. I don't want it to ever be like super bulky like that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to lower this by 1. I didn't mean to do that. That's not right. That is just not right. We're going to lower this by 1, and we're actually going to place some slabs coming out of this. But my goal for this episode, guys, is to do as much landscape as possible. I have a bunch of things on my list. I'm making a list. I'm checking it twice. It's not even Christmas. It's freaking July. I'm going through, and I am going to be building a bunch of different things in this backyard. We're going to get the front yard squared away first, and then I will show you guys my plans for the backyard as well. Let's see, how is the water going to drop right now? Let's take a look. So that's definitely something that I can get on board with right there in terms of how that's looking. I like that. I think that's probably what we're going to go with in terms of the fountain design. The question is, at the bottom, I think I'm going to do something like this. I'm going to place some quartz pillars and some slabs. On the sides, I'm just going to do 1 block, and then on the every other side, I'm going to do 1 block tall and 2 blocks tall. I think is the way to go here. Something like that. And there we go. That's going to be our little fountain design. Pretty simple. Of course, I got to replace this top block with an anvil. Kind of looks like the spout at the top. That's all we're going to go with for now. I just wanted a nice little fountain in the corner of the yard just to kind of add some detail. So that'll be kind of shaped by some trees as well as the mowed lawn. It should hopefully be pretty nice. I might even actually put some sort of pavement around it and some, you know, benches and stuff like that. And I'll after all I'm done with placing all that stuff, I'm probably going to take a step back and evaluate it and see if it actually does indeed fit. Because sometimes when you build things, you know, it sounds like a good idea, and then you build it, and it just really doesn't fit the theme of the build. So the jury's still out on this fountain. I'm not sure yet. It kind of just looks, you know, when I step back and look at it, it kind of just looks like it's just placed. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like it fits in that spot. So it might just be because of the water. Honestly, the water is kind of trash in the city texture pack. It's not even realistic, even slightly. It's like this very turquoise looking color. Water does not look like that. Unless you're like, it literally looks like a fountain of freaking blue Gatorade. That's what it looks like. And that's not what we're dealing with in real life. So anyway, it's that might be the reason why it's throwing me off a little bit, but we'll see. Let's move on to the backyard. We're gonna turn the tide here a little bit for the rest of this video. So over here, I wanted to show you guys something real quick. See how all of the pathways are like straight and symmetrical, but then the pool is kind of like a bean-shaped build? I'm gonna try to do something like that on this house, but the opposite. I'm gonna make the pathways all curvy and unsymmetrical, and I'm gonna make the pool a rectangle. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So it's kind of like a mix of the designs. I'm just gonna use some polished andesite for this right now, since I want to try to connect some pathways. So we got to do a couple of things. We got to connect the pathway from the driveway to the side door to the back porch to potentially a pool over here, and I want to do a tennis court in this house as well. Since this is a pretty nice house, I think the people that own it are going to have enough money to support a tennis court as well and build one. I guess that, I don't know how much money it costs to put a tennis court in your house. I think it's really more about surface area. It's probably pretty expensive though to get the paver to come through. It's pretty intricate detailing. I don't know. I'm not that rich, but hopefully one day, right? Everybody get. I'm sorry. I'll stop rambling. All right. So yeah, we'll do a tennis court over here. We'll try to fit it nicely. I'll probably put like a hedge or something like that next to it. I'm not gonna build two like that house, but something similar. We're heavily inspired by that build. I think that's pretty obvious. All right. So let's see. Let's go one block in. Let's go 3 blocks, 3 blocks, 2 blocks, 2 blocks, 2 blocks. 1 block, 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks. All right, so everything in that space is probably going to be, it's probably going to be just coarse dirt and some, honestly, this stuff doesn't look as good. I'm used to using like Sortex, actually. I've been building on PC a lot recently. And those little flower beds don't look quite as good on City Advanced, but that's all right. We can, this is not City Advanced, stop saying that. This is the regular City Texture Pack. Sorry about that, I keep saying that. I said that at the beginning of last episode too. I probably said it multiple times already today and I haven't even noticed yet. All right, anyway, let's get back on track here. I'm gonna open this up. We'll get rid of that for now. I'm gonna start to curve this. We're gonna go 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1 more 2, and then 3. Pick block that. Always gotta remember that I have pick block on Xbox. So we're starting to develop some pathways here. I'm gonna try to run that down over here somewhere by the pool area. So let's go with 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 4 back this way, and then 3 more, then 3 more. Start to make sense of these pathways. You always got to do the perimeters first. I'm telling you guys, you can't start filling it in until you have it all set in stone, because it's just going to be a disaster if you do it any other way. All right, so we also have to have a pathway running over here somewhere for a tennis court. What I should probably do is grab some. Let's get some of these swiftness potions. Here we go. This is the speed 2. That's what we need right there. That is what we need. We're gonna run this down. I'm also going to pick block the tripwire hooks on this little gate between the front and the backyard. Put them on the other side of the gate as well, since it's a 2-way gate. We'll run this down to a point where, you know, I can just get an idea of how much space I have, just to set myself a little bit of a border. About this space in between the yards, that's a little unfortunate. It's just kind of the way it worked out. You know, if in a perfect world I could just world edit it and make it right next to each other, but we are not on PC like Papa Lags would say. So we are going to have to deal with it. All right, let's see here. So I'm gonna go 3 blocks, 2 blocks, 2 blocks, and then 1 block, 1 block, 2 blocks. That'll do for now. All right, so as you can see, we're starting to make some crazy shapes going all over the place. I'm gonna go 2 blocks, 1, 1, and then 2, and then 3. So that's gonna start to curve fairly rapidly in that direction. So it's not quite an ellipse. It's not quite. Actually, is it symmetrical? That actually might have like unintentionally been symmetrical. No, I don't think it is. It's not quite symmetrical, which is good. All right. So the pool area is going to be over here somewhere. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks away. Let's do 5 blocks away. 1, 2, 3, 4, right here. That's the sweet spot. Okay, so now we're going to have to start to run this back towards the middle. I'm going to try to snake this around back towards the other pathway. So let's go ahead and do this off camera, and I'm going to get it perfect, and then we'll continue. All right, guys, take a look. That is the perimeter of the layout for the back pathways of the house. So the circle in the middle, if you're wondering about that, that's just to break up some of the space. Everything inside the circle is going to stay as grass, and then everything else you see there is going to get filled in with pathways. So a couple things to note that I was thinking about while I was filling some of this in and making sure that it was right. I think I'm going to get rid of the fountain. So sorry about wasting some time at the beginning of the video. I don't think that's what I really want to build. I think that's just going to, you know, I'm just going to get rid of it. I may either get rid of it or move it in the middle of the circle. One or the other. I'll make that decision in between episodes, but I just don't think it really fits in the front yard. That's just me. I might honestly, with the front yard, I know there's such a busy front yard on this side of the house. We have the pond and all the gardens and stuff. I think I might just do like a really simple front yard. I'll mow the lawn and I'll plant a few more trees, and that's it. I'm just going to leave it real simple. I think that's what I'm going to do. We'll make the backyard a little bit more fancy. So anyway, as far as the backyard is concerned, the edge of that pathway over there is going to be the pool area, and over here, the tennis area. Also, I want to build a shed for this place. Not like a pool house like we did over here. A shed. So I'm going to have like the lawnmower potentially stored away in there. I might even have the lawnmower out and about mowing the lawn. Kind of like a little live action thing. And maybe I'll have the shed door open. That way it looks like the lawnmower is out and about. I think we might do something like that. So yeah, enough of that. So let me come over here real quick. take a look at the tennis court because we are actually going to build this thing real quick. So let's see. This thing looks like it's been sitting out in the sun. It does not convert very well to the city texture pack for the blocks I used. Jeez. Let's get some white concrete. Let's get some green concrete powder. Actually, should we do a different color tennis court? We really don't want too much green. That's been something I've been trying to avoid. What's another tennis court color? Should we do brown? That's like the clay courts. I think this one is supposed to be like a clay court. What is, oh yeah, we don't want to use clay. That block's not very good for this pack. Wait, didn't I use that for the Alpine Mansion? I don't remember at this point, but anyway, let me just get the perimeter of this real quick. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 21, 24, 27 by 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So 27 by 15 is the perimeter of the tennis court. Let's go ahead and put the dimensions in. Alright guys, another update. The tennis court has been built. I left the rest of the area in there as grass for now because I just haven't decided what block I officially want to get it filled in with. Gonna take a little bit more time to figure that out. One thing I want to note is this wall is very bland right now and blank, which is basically green. There is going to be a window on that wall based on the floor plan that I've put in. In fact, let me go inside here and just quickly make sure that I'm correct in that statement. Yeah, as you can see, this is going to be a bedroom with a bathroom ensuite, I should say. And there's going to be a window on this wall. I might actually even add 2 windows there, depending on how much space that actually ends up creating. And then down here, I might actually get rid of one of these windows, maybe the one here, and then possibly move it to the other side. Not sure just yet, but I will tell you guys that I am going to be rearranging these windows in some way at some point. Probably before next episode or maybe during next episode. Just letting you guys know. A couple other things. I put in that little perimeter here for a shed. I'm going to be building that as well. And also we have the perimeter for the whole yard pretty much. So we're going to be trying to fit everything that I have mentioned today in this huge rectangle. So the pool area is going to be over there. And then I'm just going to, fill in all the pathways and do a little bit more landscaping, whether it be add some trees or add some sort of shrubbery design, gardens, things like that in the remaining grass areas, as well as mowing the lawn. So it's going to be a lot of stuff that I'm going to be able to do off camera, guys. I know I keep saying that, but it really is just a lot of tedious stuff. Like, again, I'm not going to mow the lawn on camera. Just not going to do it. No one wants to watch me mow the lawn. But I tell you one thing I will do, guys, and it's what I'm going to wrap today's episode up working on, is the pool area. I'm going to get that all set up today in terms of just the shape of it. So what block do we want to use as the edge of the pool? I know we're going to use prismarine. I just know we're going to use that. There's no doubt in my mind that's going to be the walls of the pool. As far as the main block on the upper level, I'll probably end up doing the same thing that I did over here with the slabs. I think that's a really solid way to do it. So I'll probably just replicate that. Honestly, that seems like a pretty solid thing to do. But we need to first get a design built. But I do like the angled pathways here. I think it's a nice touch. Okay, so here's the question. Do we want to have an elevated pool deck? I'm not so sure if I do or not. I really don't know if I want to. I think what I'm going to do is build like 2 levels to the pool area, if that makes sense. So what I might do is something like this. Let me go ahead and do a little perimeter of stone. We're going to have this run down to about 3 blocks away from the wall. So right about there. And I'll run this the same over here, about 3 blocks away from the wall. So right there will work. Let's just get a perimeter of stone. This is not going to be the actual pool perimeter, more just like the pool area. So I'll run this down through here. And whether I want to, I don't know if I want to take this all the way up to the wall or not. I'm just not sure yet, but take that down a decent amount. I'm actually going to grab my my swiftness potions again. Got to make sure that I can move as fast as possible here. All right, so I'm going to put this stone in, and I think I am going to do a 2-layered pool, a little bit different from the other build. We're trying to make things a little different. So let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks away from there. Let's do the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So if I just have that go across, just a note to myself, if we potentially added like a second deck to this pool, I'd probably build it right here, have it go 5 blocks out, run across to, let's line it up with the middle of that pillar right there. Like it's gonna be lined up right with that pillar. A little symmetries like that is gonna go a long way. We'll run this down to, honestly, I might have this go all the way up to the wall, like straight up, right on the wall. It might be the best way to do this. Run this across here, right up against the wall, break a couple of blocks there. That whole thing's gonna get filled in with cobblestone. Ignore the or a regular stone, whatever. Ignore the stone underneath for now. Okay, so as far as the actual pool, let's go 3 blocks in a nice little diagonal format. That's 4 blocks, but should we do 3 or 4? Let's do 4. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I believe is how many that is right now. Let's make it 9. We'll run this across right here to the point where it's going to connect up here with the second level. So this pool is going to be like a 2-leveled pool. This is gonna be a nice pool. These people are living the high life. This is gonna be a really nice pool. Double layered. It's gonna have a little waterfall on it. Holy moly. This is gonna be fantastic. I don't know if this is gonna be safe, so we might have to make some modifications on that front. Alright, so that's gonna be layer 1 of the pool. I'm wondering if I should maybe just leave the pool like that and have a little, I guess, a waterfall. Maybe I could do some sort of like fountain design going off the edge of this. And then up on this layer, we can do some, like a hot tub maybe. A hot tub and some patio furniture. Could be a cool way to do it. Alright guys, I dug out the pool a little bit, added some of the dark prismarine blocks as the pool walls. I'm going to make it probably 2 blocks deeper, maybe 3 blocks deeper in the deeper end of the pool. But I just wanted to get a little bit of a start on it for you guys today. So I'm going to continue to develop this area of the house, the backyard. For next episode, I'm going to have all of the pathways filled in. I'm going to build some more gardens, probably build the shed, and finish out the pool area, as well as plant some more trees. And I am going to fix these windows over here, make sure they're aligned properly. And I will come back to you guys for episode number 10 in a couple of days, and we'll go back inside, do a little bit more interior. We'll see where we end up after that, and we'll decide whether or not we're going to do another episode, an additional episode or 2, or we'll be just finished with the build and ready to tour it. So with all that being said, guys, thanks for watching. It's been Dangeles. Be sure to drop a like if you did enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys in a few days for the next episode of this Let's Build. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later. Peace.